Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back. It's C-Dome, and in today's PUBG video, we're going to be going over why you should be using the M249 more than you are. Now, I'm going to be pitting it up against the legendary MG3. That's the brand new light machine gun. This will not be a test to compare which is better, because I think we all know the MG3 is top dog. But what this video will show you is that I think maybe we're not giving the M249 as much credit as it deserves, even with the recent nerfs. So in today's video, we're going to be going over 4 basic points of each weapon. The base damage of the weapon, the damage per second with the rate of fire, the reload speed, and then a reload speed hack that I think a lot of you are going to want to start using. Now, before we get started on today's video, guys, I want to remind you I stream 5 days a week. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/C_dome. Come throw me a follow and check out some of the live stream content if you're into that sort of thing. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more PUBG videos. Over 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to this channel. So if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe and join the community. And if you hear a little nasalness, what the hell? If I sound sick, that's because, yes, I still am fighting this freaking cold. So I'm sorry, guys. My energy is drained. My voice is all raspy and shit. But I'm doing my best to get these videos out for you. So thank you for being patient with me. Let's get started. All right, now the first point for these two weapons we want to compare is the base damage for the weapons. Now, it might surprise you that the M249 has a base damage of 40 after patch 6.3. And after testing it side by side with the MG3, I did a 1 bullet shot to a no helmet target, level 1, 2, and 3 helmet target. Then I shot against a no vest and then level 1, 2, 3 vest target. The base damage for the MG3 is the same as the M249, 40 base damage. The only difference is that the MG3 seems to penetrate level 2 and 3 armor a little bit more efficiently. So it does a little bit more damage against armored targets, but non-armored targets, and regardless of what helmet the target is wearing, they do the exact same damage. So I thought that was pretty interesting to find out. And if you look on this chart here, you can see the health after 1 bullet lines up exactly the same, except for the level 2 and greater vested targets. Now, the second stat that we're going to look at today is the damage per second for each of these two weapons. Now, that's dependent on the weapon's rate of fire, how fast it can shoot out bullets. And the MG3 has 2 different modes, so we'll cover both of those. Now let's start off with the M249. It has a base damage of 40 and about a 750 round per minute fire rate, which gives it a DPS of about 500. Now compare that to the MG3, which has the same base damage as 40, but it has 2 different fire modes. Now at the base fire mode, it's 660 rounds per minute, which gives it about 440 damage per second. At the Berserker fire mode, which is 990 rounds per minute, it jacks it all the way up to about 660 damage per second. So you can see the M249 falls pretty much in the sweet spot, right in between those two. All right, now the third stat that we're going to look at for these weapons is the magazine count, and this is a really important one. Maybe not so much for solos, because in a solo game, you only need 10 or 15 bullets to kill a person anyway, right? But for a duos or a squad game, this is where it really comes into its own. So the M249 has a base ammo count of 75, but can accept an extended AR magazine, which jacks it up to 150 rounds. So it doubles the capacity, and it can take a tactical stock, which increases its recoil control from standing, crouched, and prone positions. The MG3, on the other hand, can only accept 75 rounds in its magazine. And it's an important note here that when carrying each of these weapons, 5.56 does way less, so it takes up less backpack space as opposed to holding the MG3 and say an SLR, where your 7.62 ammo count is going to use up more of your backpack space. All right, and that brings us to our fourth and final point for these two weapons, their reload speeds. Now, when tested, both of them are approximately 8 seconds to reload from 0 bullets all the way to full. However, there are 2 different tricks you need to know about. Number 1 is when you reload a weapon with 0 bullets in its existing magazine, your character has to do an additional animation to chamber the round into the gun. That takes about half a second to do that. If you reload the weapon before your ammo gets to 0, even if it's just 1 bullet left in the magazine, he no longer has to do the chambering animation, which lessens your reload time and allows you to get back into the fight quicker. So that's number 1. Number two, with the reload speed, there's actually a little hack that you can do that I don't think many people know about, is the animation to reload your weapon is longer than it needs to be. And what I mean by that is if you look at the ammo counter on the bottom of the screen, it shows 0 when you start the reload. About 75 to 80% through the reload animation, that number then changes, which shows you that the ammo is in the weapon and ready to fire, but the character still has to do some additional animations first. So there's a couple ways you can negate that. As soon as the number says 75 or whatever your ammo is in that gun, you can interrupt that animation by doing a number of things. The easiest to do is to pick up another box of ammo on the ground or trade out a vest or a backpack or something like that. That'll eliminate the animation delay and allow you to immediately shoot your gun. Additionally, you can also do things like open doors, swap weapons, pull out a grenade. Any of those types of things will cancel your animation but still allow your ammo to be in your gun. And this is really useful in a couple scenarios. Number one, if you're doing like a hot drop and this is the first weapon you go to pick up, if you start to reload it with the first box of ammo, you can cancel the reload animation by picking up the second box of ammo and begin to shoot your target much quicker. In addition to, say if you have a sniper rifle and you want to switch to, but you're in the middle of your reload sequence when you see somebody, you should wait that extra half a second to finish that reload sequence, then swap to your sniper rifle. That way, if you have to swap back in the middle of a heated gunfight, you don't have to redo the whole reload animation. Okay, and last but not least, I think it's only fair that we go over the accuracy of the two weapons. Now, I know this has been done before. I even did one on my last video about the MG3, but I thought it'd be really neat just to show them side by side. So here is the accuracy testing of the M249 side by side the MG3, just to give you a sense of how difficult these weapons are to control when you're standing, crouched versus going prone, which if it's not clear yet, you really do want to go prone when you're shooting these light machine guns, especially at long distances. The only bad thing about going prone is that you're an easy target to hit. I mean, people can really light you up when you go prone, so use it wisely. But when done correctly, these weapons can really dominate the battlefield. So in conclusion, is the M249 worth picking up these days? I honestly say yes, if you're used to carrying 5.56 guns like the M4, the Mini 14, the QBU, those kind of guns. If you're like me and you prefer the AK, the barrel, the SLR, or the bolt action sniper rifles, you're going to be kind of hard to convince to start picking up all that 5.5 ammo that you're going to need, in addition to finding the gun itself, a tack stock, and an extended mag. Because let's be honest, you have to find those attachments for that gun to really shine. So I hope you guys found today's video fun and helpful. It was really fun for me to make and create. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and again, subscribe to the channel for more PUBG content. My next video coming up is going to show you how to properly vote on the PCS2 weapon skins. That's coming up on the esports challenge on the 19th. Okay, so I'll see you guys then. Take care and have a great day. Peace.